Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna call this meeting to order, and could you do roll call, please?
Keep left on
Willis
tonight.
County, City of Brownsville,
Here.
City of Harlingen, City of Edinburgh, City of Mission, City of Westlaco,
Present.
Cameron County, Hidalgo County, City of Lyford, City of Donna, Sullivan City, City of Mercedes, City of South Padre Island,
Could you try again?
City of McAllen,
Present.
City of Farr, City of Raymondville, City of San Benito, City of San Juan, UTRGV, South Texas College, TSCC, Mr. Troy Allen, Mr. Ernesto Cavazos, Mr. Jim Darling, Mr. Oscar Garcia, Mr. Andres Chavez, and Ms. Lopita Sanchez Martinez. We have quorum.
Thank you. Mr. Eduardo?
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to serve our community. Grant us wisdom in our decisions, discernment in our actions, and integrity in our service. Help us seek the common good, keep one another with respect, and with those in our community. Bless and protect around us and officers, firefighters, and another personnel. The men and women of our hard workers who serve our May our work today bring peace, justice, and prosperity to all families we serve. We ask this in Christ's holy name.
Amen. Mayor Darling, could you lead? Thank you. You may be seated. We go to item number 2, consideration and action to approve minutes of May 27th, 2026. Can I entertain a motion? I have a motion
Second?
and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And all opposed, same sign, motion carries. Line item number 3, public comments. If there's none any, I will like to say just a few words as I'm first coming in or having the first meeting, is that I really appreciate you all's time, as mayors, as whatever it is that you do, right? Because at the end of the day, we need to keep this organization going, and not only going, but going strong. And so I really appreciate the time that you all take to be here present. Line item number 4, administration. All right.
Yes, Judge. The first item we have is a presentation by Ms. Rose Timmer from the Healthy Communities. Ms. Rose Timmer is a long supporter of recycling solid waste. She's been on several of our advisory committee meetings. So she requested to present before you here today. So, Ms. Timmer, you have the floor.
Hi, how's everybody doing? Thank you for having us. I brought my boss, one of my bosses, Dean Putnat, and my assistant, Maki. They've helped me put this presentation together to try to get recycling done in the Rio Grande Valley as a region. So we started the curbside recycling in, I'll do the first slide. This way, yes. So we started back in 2013 with commercial recycling. I'm sure you've seen our big recycling bins all over the valley. And we have a recovery facility, or a MRF, if you're not acquainted with that. All our recycling comes to Brownsville, that we collect, comes to Brownsville and stays there and is processed. And I'm sure, woo, everybody knows what recycling is, right? Do y'all recycle at home? I know Erin does. She's a big recycler. So instead of it ending up in the landfill, which we have very few of in the Rio Grande Valley, one in Brownsville, we want it to be processed and resold and reused. So it matters because it keeps our landfill. Maybe I'm not doing this right. Oh, there. Oh. Oh, there it is. Oh, no, no. There. Well, we already saw that one, didn't we? It reduces waste in the landfill. We only have, I believe, 2 active landfills in the Rio Grande Valley, Brownsville being one of the biggest ones. So a lot of your trash ends up in our landfill. We're protecting the environment and saving the earth and doing a lot of sustainability. It works by us giving a free container to every household, and then we do single stream recycling. That means everything goes in one bin: cardboard, paper, aluminum, tin cans, plastic bottles 1 and 2, and we collect it and service it every other week. It comes to our sorting facility in Brownsville, where it's sorted by people who work there and separate everything that gets on the tipping floor. We bale it, and then we send it off to be reused. We have about 1,000 businesses in Brownsville, in the Rio Grande Valley. We are across 5 states, and we have about 1,700 employees. Our MRF, or our sorting facility, is designed for large-scale expansion, which means we could incorporate a lot of the cities here in the valley to process and do curbside recycling. Bring it to your city, let your citizens be part of saving the earth, is what it is. And that's what kids will tell you in school when you teach them, why do we recycle? And they always say, we're saving the earth. And that's true. It's the only planet we have. So we have a very good success rate in Brownsville. We started in January of 2026, so we've been there fairly 6 months now, and we are doing great. Our participation rate, that means people put out their bins 70% of the time, which is a lot higher than we had expected, because I think nationally it's like 14 or 15%. Even Houston, I think Chicago is at 9%, but Brownsville is doing good by doing 70%. Our contamination rate, which is very important, because you don't want to get food stuff, construction waste, styrofoam in your bins. So it is at 19%. We check it. We have somebody who's doing that, and they look at it steadily. We let the consumer know that we're not going to service that bin because there's contamination in it. They need to clean out the contamination, give us a call, find out what they have to do, and then we will go back and service it. So we have curbside recycling in Brownsville every other week. I know there's some cities in the valley that collect trash every week or twice a week, but we are able to collect it every other week. You get a single stream cart. There's no sorting required. It all goes in the red bin, and it's processed at Redfish, at our MRF with green machine automation. We are currently serving 48,000 houses in Brownsville only. We do have some people who do a subscription service to us at Rancho Viejo, Los Fresnos, Palm Valley, Palm View, one of the Palms. So, but And the big deal, look at that in red. Brownsville was able to bring it. Am I done? Oh, that's a train. Oh, gosh. Okay. So Brownsville is able to service these houses, 48,000 of them, for 87 cents a month. That is cheap. And they did it through a number of different ways. We will share with you. We will show you how they did it, and maybe your city can do it cheaper or at that cost. That's 48,000 homes. Different cities have different populations, different homes. This is just households. No apartments, no commercial. It's people who have a house. We put a bin in front of their house and we service it. There's 48,000 of them. And growing every month. We probably get 100 to 200 new houses every month, I think, right? Is that right? Okay. So it's growing. We started out with 46,000 in January, and now we're at 48. We process 720 tons of recyclable material. That's cardboard, aluminum cans, bottles that are 1 and 2, plastic bottles, the Gatorade bottles, the drink bottles, all of that, paper, white paper, colored paper, any kind of paper. We process that per month in Brownsville. That's a lot of tonnage. That includes 48,000 households. And again, we have about a participation rate of 68% to 70%, and we hope it grows. We're going to instill, we have a 19% contamination rate, and we're going to have every so many months, we're going to actually look at every bin in the city. We're going to have people that are going to walk behind the truck that picks it up, looks in the bin, and says, no, you can't pick it up. This person needs a lesson in how to recycle right. We will give them a notice. Hopefully they'll call our customer service department, which is handled by Redfish employees, English and Spanish, and we will tell them what they did wrong. Okay? So, and it says here, commercial customers, 300,000 tons, 300 tons of material processed. Now that's commercial. Okay? So, you can look at our site, our website. We created a website for commercial recycling, for residential recycling. When we go to your city, we will create a page for your city where your person, your population will click on it and it'll say South Padre Island. And we will have a service available for them that's geared towards them. So, and that's what we did for Brownsville. So, and that's me right there in that picture. I was much younger. So, we have a bilingual program. We do everything in English and Spanish. We go out to schools. We go out to tabling events. If you have a health fair, if you have any kind of fair or place that we can contact people, we go and we talk to them. We have a couple of people that do that, tell them what single stream recycling is, how it happened, what we can do for their city and their community. And there's a lot of interest. You'd be surprised. There are people who are very interested in recycling. They just don't know where to go. Some of you have drop-off centers. I know some of them can get pretty messy, can get pretty contaminated. So that will take care of, single stream recycling at the curb will take care of that for you. And you can close probably your recycling center. We happened to do that in Brownsville. We gave people a grace period of, I believe it was 3 months. And people, yeah, they did complain because it was an out for them to go and talk to the people that recycle there. But it's worked out well. It has worked out, saved the city of Brownsville money as to what those people were doing. They went to other departments. So we can have a workshop in your community. I can present to your commission. your Rotary, your Knights of Columbus, all of those places, you just need to call us, and we will be more than happy to tell you what we do. Any questions? No? I'm surprised. Okay, you guys are good. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Ms. Timmer. We'll keep your information. If somebody requests it, we'll definitely forward it to put you in contact with.
Good. We're going to stay a little bit. If anybody wants to talk to us and get some more information as to what's happening, we will be more than happy. Dean Putnat is here in a red shirt, and my assistant, Maki, will be able to answer any questions. Want to set up a meeting? We'll do that. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is consideration and action to approve the annual renewal of the Microsoft 365 licensing suite utilized by the Laurel Grande Valley Development Council. And the total cost for renewal is $29,930.76. And the vendor we're purchasing from is Software One. They are part of the interlocal purchasing system, cooperative contract number 210101. Staff recommends approval for this item.
I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye, and all opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Next item is consideration and action to approve the procurement for services to repair the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning HVAC system serving the Ken Jones Executive Boardroom. So this is for this specific room. So the total cost for the repairs is going to be $36,558.30. And with this, we're again going with the By-Board Cooperative Contract number 720-23, recommending approval. As you know, this this room is utilized on a daily basis by various and multiple agencies throughout. Obviously, you as members have free access to it, and so it's about time to replace the system.
I have a motion and a second. Did somebody second it?
Second.
Oh, okay, that's it. Any more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Okay, next item, number 4, consideration and action to approve the 3-year preventative maintenance service agreement. And this will service, the service agreement, as you know, hurricane season it just started June 1st. So it's about that time again to, similar to spring cleaning, it's about maintenance, preventative maintenance on your backup systems. And this will take care of generators and the facilities here in the main office, as well as Valley Metro at Harlingen office and here at the Westlaco Pleasant View office. And total cost is $46,871 in service, and purchasing is going to be through By-Board Cooperative Contract number 757-24.
Can I entertain a motion?
Yes, sir.
I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye, and all opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is consideration and action to approve the LRGVDC to participate in the AARP Senior Community Service Employment Program and authorize the LRGVDC Executive Director to execute annual agreement. As you know, we've had this agreement for a while, or past 2 years. There was a pause due to the funding situation back in March of last year, but ever since then, we've already initiated again discussions. We have Mr. Joe Gonzalez, I believe, here. If you have any questions, he's a member of AARP, and so we're requesting authorization to execute this agreement. Again, this is to, I guess, bring back retirees back into the workforce, those who want to work. They offer this service, and we're participants of that service and offer, I think we currently have one and about to receive another one.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion or any questions for Mr. Gonzalez?
No, ma'am, no cost. And if they come to work, for example, for us, if we have a position open, they can apply and they're free to apply and we can hire them. So there's no hours that they have to meet or anything like that. So.
Okay, if no other comments or questions, I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. And all opposed, same sign, motion carries. We go to line item, or to B, Executive Director Report. One is the introduction of new staff members, and I think Mr. Manuel has a presentation.
Yes, thank you. As always, part of my report is to report new staff, welcoming them aboard to the LRGVDC or any promotions that we've had. And first one we have is Ms. Graciela Torres. She was with us and the position came open, so she went through the process of applying, and so she was selected for the payroll specialist one for Valley Metro. So the next item that we have, I will premise by saying that obviously next month we won't have a board meeting in July, so a good break from us. But we start back up in August, and so in August we're going to have the awards that we always do for staff completing 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and some 30. But we moved this particular individual back for today's presentation because not only that she completed 15 years or plus 17 years actually, but we were slated to give her award in August. She won't be here due to the fact that she is going to retire early. So, Carolina Rios, Ms. Carolina Rios has been with the Lower Grand Valley Development Council going on 18 years. She first started back in 2008. Her persistence, dedication, and she's part of the procurement or purchasing department. So for those of you that are familiar with those type of departments, whether it's administration, procurement, or HR, they know that they go through a lot with staff on trying to, or us trying to make sure that all programs adhere to guidance requirements and so forth. So 18 years she spent trying to not necessarily force, but acclimate everybody into our current policies and procedures. We can't just go out and buy whatever, whenever. So that's where they come in and make sure that we're doing things the right way, the way that need to be done, especially with state and federal funds. And so it's very strict. And so hopefully she's not retiring because of that. But nevertheless, we like to honor her today by presenting her since she won't be here in August, presenting her with a 15-year award presentation here today. So Ms. Carolina Rios, can you please step up to the podium? Judge, can you join us? I'd like to have the judge up here, that way we can take photos so she can remember us. Hopefully she won't use it as a dark practice, but so with your faithful dedication of service, this award is presented to Ms. Carolina Rios for 15 years of dedicated service from 2008 to 2023. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's go here. Okay, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to present that award. Well deserved. Carolina, we wish you the best in your future years, and so have fun in your retirement. So the next item that I have, just wanted to brief the board really quick um, on activities that the LRGVDC is engaged on or with, and so just wanted to let everybody know that we were recently um, or voluntold or recruited to participate or take part by the three county judges to take part in the RGV Water Management Plan Advisory Committee. And so they just started, the first meeting was yesterday. We met at the RGV Partnership, and just to brief everybody, just a synopsis of what this is obviously it's being funded by Ned Bank, and so they hired a consultant, which is Half and Associates, to create this plan. And so yesterday we met, and they pretty much laid out the plan for the next year to try to develop a water management plan. So again, just wanted to remind everybody, we do currently have one called the Region M Plan, which Mayor Darling is the current president or chair of. And so yesterday was spent most of the meeting trying to figure out how this plan would tie into the Region M Plan. The Region M Plan obviously covers all the way from here to Webb County, and so it's a much larger coverage area, and so but it identifies it's a 50-year plan that identifies projects on water resources, on how to access water resources, projects to submit to fund. Obviously, if they're not in the plan, if you apply specifically to the Texas Water Development Board, you won't be funded. So it's critical that projects are included in the Region M plan, because if you try to add a project in between, it costs money to bring that plan back, try to get all that information and submit back to Texas Water Development Board for approval. So going back to the RGV Water Management Plan, the way it was explained to us, it's going to be a more thorough plan, focusing on the granular, items as far as projects, potential projects that cities or counties might have. And so some of the planning efforts will include evaluate future water demands and population growth scenarios, assess drought risk and other extreme events, identify future water supply gaps, review existing and planning water supply projects, and analyze opportunities for regional collaboration and water solutions. So I don't know if Mr. Jim Darling wants to say a few words in relation to that. So.
The main thing is a regional aspect of that. Region M really, it doesn't cover that very well, if you will. It covers individual water suppliers, primarily in population and all those things. So hopefully with county judges who usually aren't involved in water issues, we'll be talking about regional opportunities. And NADBank's been a real positive influence in our area and different projects, especially in colonials and those kind of things. So hopefully they'll have some success in it. But we talked about yesterday, the two biggest successes we've had in the valley was the merger of the universities and then the NPO merger. And that took a lot of work. So hopefully we'll have that in mind, that we have to have everybody participate and everybody on board to do that. And we'll see what happens.
And basically, as you all know, at a state level, the focus has been in drainage more than anything. And here in the past year or so, not that the focus is no longer in drainage, but the focus is now in fresh water, how to find it and how to acquire more, and how to be able to be more efficient and effective throughout the counties. And therefore, county judges have decided, well, actually, Judge Cortez has been ringing the bell here for the past few years as far as how to obtain more water. And so I think this is going to be the start of something big, like you're saying that the NPO was something big and other things. And so we're looking forward to having good results with studies and planning and so forth to piggyback on what exists already. So yeah, I think this is going to be good for the whole region.
And ultimately, this plan will enhance the Region M, as you all know, the valley's changing from year to year. 2 years ago, the word data centers was not even in our discussions. And so since then, a push has been made to create those. And so, I don't know the details. I'm not going to go into that as far as what resources they take up, what they don't. But just that alone, and then population growth, a whole bunch of development in the area. Obviously, you need the resources in the communities to sustain that. So the valley's changing year by year now, faster than ever. So this plan will only enhance, and we'll be obviously excited to participate, and we'll provide any resources or through staff or materials that we have to make sure that this plan is created to benefit the region. So just wanted to give you an update on that. Any questions? That's all I have.
I have a quick question. What is the process for submitting to the Region M plan in the case that a municipality has a new study or, new allocation or construction development?
Yeah, the process would be, obviously the plan was recently released last year. And so when it's already approved, and we just went out for bids, RFP to hire the next consultant or the consultant to update in the next 5 years for the 5-year plan. And so it's a matter of coordination with the consultant to make sure that information is provided. And so they can add it in the next cycle of the plan, because when it's approved or pending approval, it's not as easy as recalling that plan. There's an expense, and I can give you one example, great example, as a matter of fact. The Delta retention facility, I know that came in midway into the plan, and so Hidalgo County, whether it was Precinct 1 or Hidalgo County, had to pay some fees to make sure that project was added to the plan. So it's just a matter of being available and coordinating with the consultant to get all that information that's required. And it's not just about submitting a plan, as you all know, or a project title. There's much more to that, engineering, all that stuff, surveys, environmental, all that information needs to be collected, provided to the consultant so that it can be added. They'll review it, and if they see that it meets criteria, they'll add it to the plan for future potential funding if you choose to apply. Unless I missed anything, Mr. Darling.
I think that the developments, especially in our area, is agriculture, is the vast use of the water, and they're the ones that are really being hurt. I mean, cities still have almost 200% of water in the water system. So then the river, without agriculture, without that being pushed out into the sea, it's not non-state. These are cities that have agriculture. And I think when we talk about water, the question is,
Manny, I was just thinking, I love that there's a coordinated effort that would be regional, because, we all keep hearing about these data centers, battery storage centers, and others that are coming that could consume a lot of water. It would be nice if y'all were the clearinghouse to be able to determine what maybe is being looked at as a potential project in one part of the valley or another, because it will impact another part of the valley. Even if it happens on one end of the valley, it could impact the water availability for the rest of the Fort County area, right? So I like that this would be the organization that would be looking at usage and also about how to acquire more water.
So yes, I'm fairly new to it. Yesterday was my first meeting. For what I took from it, that is the purpose of this committee, is to identify projects and prioritize projects. And so how that is going to tie to, obviously, this plan will open up other potential funding, not necessarily from the Texas Water Development Board, but other agencies that have funding. And obviously, you know that the last legislative session, a bill was passed that provides that funding, a lot of funding for water. And so how that is going to tie into the Region M plan, we don't know yet. That was one of the questions that was asked, proposed to Half Associates and NetBank is who's going to be the driving force of this plan? Because, it's good for a consultant to create it, but once it's created, is it going to sit on the shelf? Who's going to drive? Who's going to be the driving force to make sure they account for those projects, make sure that they apply and make sure they move forward? And so that's yet to be determined, but that's one of the items that we're going to be heavily focused on.
I might point out, through the years, they funded colonial studies. It used to be going way back in the 80s. Every legislative session, they did a big colonial study on how to do something about it. Spent a lot of money on consultants, and Judge, they haven't made much progress. So hopefully this one can be that kind of one. We do a big study and can do that.
Okay, so we go to line item number 5, the department report, and that's A, Community and Economic Development, Ms. Melissa Gonzalez Rosas.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, everybody. I have one agenda item for y'all today. It's to consider an action to approve our Texas Community Development Block Grant 2027 Regional Project Priorities. We held a public meeting last Tuesday after much discussion. If you look at the priorities, the committee decided to stay with water and sewer connections, septic systems and yard lines, street and drainage as priority 1 for this region for CDBG funding. That the maximum will be 50 points for those projects. The second priority is staying for house rehab, fire protection, community centers, neighborhood centers, and parks. The point system did go up for this line, for this priority. Last year it was 30. This year the committee decided to move up the scoring for priority 2s to 40. And then all other projects will stay at 10 points, okay? So I'm asking for if there's any questions on the public hearing or anything that is on the agenda. I'm asking for approval for this item.
I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. And all opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you. And I just have a couple of announcements. First and foremost, I do just need to remind everybody the EDA does have the Public Works and Disaster RFP opens at this moment. They are rolling. That means you can apply anytime. And what we've been told by EDA is until the funds run out, people can keep applying. At this moment, they've not told us that the funds have run out. So we're encouraging everybody to apply for any kind of public works project and disaster RFP funding. Please remember that if you are applying, reach out to us, see if we can give you a letter of support for your project, because I guarantee you our letter of support will give your application weight for this region. Okay? That's the first one. The second thing is that since we don't have a meeting next month, I do want to announce that on August the 4th in the Ken Jones, we will be hosting our Regional Small Cities Coalition Workshop from 9 to 1, where we'll be talking about water resources and we'll be talking about community development. At this moment, I just want to mention the new national director for USDA has contacted us, wants to come to this region to meet with our regional small cities. I have invited him to join us for the August 4th meeting. I'm still waiting for a response, okay? But USDA, Raul Gomez locally reached out to us and said that the USDA federal director wants to come to this region sometime in August. So we will be working with USDA to try to come up with a date and a meeting location for the federal USDA director to come and meet with our region. So I'll keep everybody posted on that. And then a couple of other things. First and foremost, I want to thank you to all my counties, Cameron County, Hidalgo County, and Willacy County, for adopting the tire resolution. Thank you, Judge. On Monday, I was in Willacy County in my hood, and they approved it. So now I'm very proud to say that all 3 counties have adopted the tire resolution. So now I'm going to start with my cities next, okay? So I'm just forewarning you, all right? So, and then finally, last night, I was very proud that we went to the city of Alton last night. Why anybody has city commission meetings at 7:30 in the evening is beyond me. But Alton has their city meetings at 7:30. We did present Alton last night with special recognition for being the first city to adopt the regional solid waste plan locally. So we went out and we presented the mayor and commissioners, and especially Mauro Sandoval, who is our public works director, with a special recognition. because they are the first city to ever adopt our regional solid waste plan. So again, another plan locally. I'm going to come after the cities as well. So again, I just encourage everybody to look at our plans, start adopting them locally, because again, these are our regional plans that are driving our region in a certain direction. And I just want to make sure everybody's on board. And again, you're going to get tired of me talking about plans this year. But that is my goal, is to get everybody on board with our plans. So, and you have my monthly report in front of you. If you have any questions, please let me know. We are all here to help you. And before I leave, Ms. Timmer, thank you for your presentations. I get very excited when we have positive environmentalists come and speak, because it just seems that our environmentalists get smaller and smaller and smaller. So I thank you, Ms. Timmer, and I encourage everybody to look at her presentation. We had a wonderful call with her and her team yesterday, so I look forward to our continued partnership with Redfish Recycling. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. So B, the Health and Human Services is Margarita Lopez.
Okay, I didn't get an applause, so.
Good afternoon, everyone. I don't need an applause, but I do want to talk about aging. Let's talk aging. So just to go back a little bit, some of you may remember that in September of 2024, we started to advocate very strongly about the Older American Act. 2024, we got a hit, and the Older American Act did not get reauthorized. And at this time, in June of 2026, it still hasn't been reauthorized. How are we working? Well, the funds that we're receiving are through appropriations, and the Older American Act is still sitting at committee. And so that still creates uncertainty, and it does brings more challenges to us as a team here at AAA in order to be able to serve the community. However, with your support, and I cannot thank you enough, the region has continued to be steady through these changes, and we have continued to serve the individuals in the valley, even with shortage when it comes to staffing, because when these things happen, people have to move on and, get jobs in places that are more reassuring in terms of salaries. But with the team that we do have, which is almost half of what we had back in 2024, I want to bring your attention to my monthly report. And I know that you all read it, even though it's long, but I wanted to bring your attention of what that looks like today. So in the month of May only, we were able to serve 53,000 meals. And from those 53,000 meals, 20,509 were delivered to elderly homes. Those are 20,000 individuals that are not congregating, they're home, but the meals are making it their way. And then we do have a strong 32,651 meals that were actually served in congregate settings. And so the community is still out there. Reauthorize the Older American Act or not, our community needs us, and us remaining steady, right? It's allowing them to continue to receive those services that they need. Our benefit counseling department took care of 140 clients, and that's just in the month of May. From those 140, I think around 117 were brand new individuals that had never been served. What that demonstrates is that they're still finding out about us. So the work that we do with the outreach activities is working, and these individuals are still needing help with their benefits. ADRC, our numbers reflected 307 contacts. Those are 307 individuals that called to look for information or request services. Senior center activities, 13,680. Those are a lot of activities. New care coordination clients, individuals that were new that we were able to initiate services for case management. It could be health maintenance activities, that sort of things. We had 97 new clients, and we still have 595 individuals that are on an interest list. Those are individuals that have not we have not been able to open a case. And so that just shows, that's not statistics, that shows that the community is not only being served, but the need is there. So once again, thank you so much for the continuous support, for approving my action items and allowing us to continue to be in compliance because this is important. We can't just give up. So once again, thank you. Those are my highlights for you today. And also in efforts to assist the community, we did receive a shipment of fans and what else did we get? We got some power banks so that we can distribute those as needed across the 3 counties. And so we're here, we continue to work, and I remind you that the Old American Act is still not authorized, so if you have the opportunity to advocate, we appreciate it. So if you have any questions, I'll answer them now, and if not, that concludes my report.
Well, thank you very much, and I think we increased our standards now to applause every time.
Thank you.
Okay, so we go to C, Public Safety, Mr. Cesar Merla.
Yes, good afternoon, Judge. Good afternoon, Board. I don't need an applause, so please don't applause for me. I'm good. Only 2 action items today on the docket for your all's approval. The first one is consideration and action to approve the Master Mutual Aid Agreement template to develop regional mutual aid agreements for all cities and counties within the jurisdiction of Cameron, Hidalgo, and Willacy counties. Some backstory on this for everyone's awareness. There is a state Master Mutual Aid Agreement, which covers obviously the state of Texas. However, with the state being where it's at the state level, we can always make things more stringent and more specific at the regional level. This template will be used to generate mutual aid agreements for all the cities in all 3 counties to be distributed between the months of July and August. What this helps with is whenever there is funds available from the federal government, the responding jurisdiction to the other jurisdiction can request for funds in return. Also, this gives the cities and counties additional jurisdiction and information on what is expected during an emergency. As a whole, the 3-county region here is probably the best, if not one of the best areas for response. We all help each other. We were at an event yesterday in Westica with a lot of the middle cities. And also we have attended events in Cameron County and in Willacy County, and we all help each other. This just adds to that. So we're requesting your approval, action and approval.
Okay, can I entertain a motion, please? I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. And all opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
I just want to just mention that there is currently a mutual aid agreement in place. This is just supersedes what's with the change that was made.
Correct.
So the current one was adopted back in 2000. Well, it stemmed off of the 9/11 attack. So in 2001, after that, all the cities got together, developed this, and passed it, approved it. And so here in the nearest future, you'll see Mr. Mela appearing before your city commissions meetings and county commissioners court because this needs to be reapproved because this will supersede the current existing one. And this comes into play, like you mentioned, it's very important, critical that it's approved because it deals with mutual aid response for first responders for any incidents, disasters.
Yes,
Yes.
so you'll be receiving a template. Following this meeting, me and my staff will go ahead and make individual agreements per jurisdiction, and they'll be sent via certified mail and email as well. And then we'll be making contact with each jurisdiction to be placed on the agenda. And it will be an ongoing process between July and August, so we'll be there. Item number 2 is consideration action to approve the Regional Fire Academy Coordinator contract renewal for June 8th, 2026 through October 31st, 2026. The Regional Fire Academy serves as a training coordinator for municipalities to provide training for entry-level firefighters. This training coordinator also provides regional continuing education training for current and tenured firefighter personnel to ensure regional compliance with Texas Commission on Fire Protection. In order to maintain grant compliance, this requires board approval.
So this is a renewal, man?
Yes, it's a renewal, and if you recall, we were actually awaiting for the president to sign the Homeland Security Grant Program to continue to fund FEMA. So this is where these funds come from. And I don't know if you knew this, but this is similar to our police academy. This funds the coordinator position. And so this academy has been in existence for a very long time. And so the way it works is that before it was funded through a different agency, and I think for the past 5, 6, maybe 7 years,
That's correct.
it came under our request, and so we applied for Homeland Security funding, and we were able to secure funding to continue that position. And so the Fire Academy is a long-standing academy, and the way it works, similar to our police academy, where the firefighters or the cadets that enter the Fire Academy are taught by certain fire departments throughout the region, Edinburgh, Brownsville, and so forth. And so in turn, they get to hire those firefighters. So it's continued to increase our first responder numbers. And so that's why it was highly scored at the state, because that ties in to our overall response. As you know, we don't have enough firefighters. We don't have enough law enforcement. We don't have enough EMS. And so this is just our part, doing our part to make sure that we continue to provide the professionals that are needed to respond to emergencies.
Okay, can I entertain a motion to approve? Have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. And all opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Additionally, our 911 division report is attached as well. We continue to support the public safety answering points in Hidalgo and Williston counties, and continue to educate the public and receive addressing requests for those in the rural jurisdiction. If you have any questions pursuing that, you can go ahead and ask myself and/or Mr. Cruz. And our public education team, as you see in before you, is making headway everywhere throughout the jurisdiction that applies. Last but not least, I know it's not on the presentation itself, but there is a flyer, so on your way out, or if you picked it up already. Our RGV Public Safety and Emergency Communication Conference is taking place October 14 through 16 at the South Padre Island Convention Center. So all are invited, and it's catering to the people that we were just talking about: fire, police, EMS, those telecommunicators that receive that phone call, behavioral health, medical, you name it. That's what this conference is about. So if you all can, please join us October 14th through 16th, 2026. Pending your questions, that is all I have.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We go to 2 Police Academy program, Mr. Javier Solis.
And we have Ms. Sarah
Okay.
Cazares to present.
Cáceres.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Mr. Solis is out on training, so I'm going to fill in. My name is Sarah Cazares. I am the project management specialist here with the Police Academy. We don't have any agenda items for us, but we do want to provide a couple highlights that we have for our department. The first one is going to be our class of 232nd, hosted at the Mission Police Academy, is going to be taking their TCOL license on July 7th. They just completed the firearms training, which is already the end of our curriculum. So for the next couple weeks, they're going to be reviewing and preparation for that exam that they're going to have. Class of 233rd, that is our Wasago Part-Time Academy, just completed training which focused on sexual assault, family violence, racial profiling, civil process, and health and safety codes. With that said, they're going to start preparing for their midterm. They're in the middle of their academy, and they are projected to graduate in December. We have class of 234. That is a full-time academy in our Rio Grande City police department area. That one, they just finished a really big chapter, which is Texas Penal Code, and they're going on to the Code of Criminal Procedure and will be doing arrest, search, and seizure. Going on to that one, they'll start doing investigations for crime scenes. Our next item, we are finishing our mission full-time academy, our 232nd, and we have already gone into the process to start our next full-time academy, which will also be hosted at our Mission Police Department area. It is a full-time academy, and this one will be our 235th Police Academy. We are already in the process of doing the backgrounds, and we're going to start doing one-on-one interviews with our applicants next week on June 29th. With that said, we did have a high volume of requests for additional testing for this area. We did have a lot of people asking for a weekend opportunity to come in and test for the exam. So we will be hosting one this Saturday, the 27th at 9:30. If you know anybody who's interested, we just posted the link this morning, so I encourage you to let whoever you know is interested to just go onto our Facebook profile, and the link to register is available. Today, we are also collaborating with the Child Advocacy Center of Cameron and Willacy County, and we will be providing TCOL credit for our officers who are out there. I think right now we have 24 officers who are at the conference, and this conference is the 3rd annual Where the Healing Begins, and this conference focuses on providing training for child abuse prevention, victim services, and child advocacy. Our last report we would like to provide is our in-service training report. Between our last meeting from May 27th to today, June 24th, we provided an in-service training that totaled 13 officers to complete 16 course hours and a combination of 208 contact hours. That's all we have for today. If you have no questions, that will conclude our department highlights.
Thank you, Ms. Cáceres.
Thank you.
Next, we go to Transportation, Velametro, Sandra Carrizales.
Hello, good afternoon. I do have 2 action items. My first action item is in request to the board approval for update for Valley Metro's Title VI policy. This is based off of our most recent FTA review, which happened just last week. We needed to update our public participation requirements. It was originally in 2 separate policies. Now we are combining them, so that way it's in one single document. The proposed revision does not create an additional policy. It just incorporates the existing requirements for fare adjustments directly into the Title VI policy. So we are looking for board approval for that.
Can I take a motion? I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. And all opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you. And for the second one, it is our AAA lease agreement. Staff is requesting board approval for the interlocal agreement between Valley Metro and the Area Agency on Aging for the office space within the Harlingen Transportation Terminal. The agreement provides approximately 3,000 square feet, consisting of 1,200 square feet in office space and 90 square feet in storage space, as well as 1,750 square feet in shared common space. The term is for 3 years, and it has a fixed monthly lease payment of $4,466.58. And it has already been reviewed and approved by FTA for the incidental use of the facility, and the ILA is located in your board packet for further review.
It sounds like a no-brainer. I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. And all opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you. And then our last items are just updates. Ridership, we did have approximately last year 551,000 passengers, and then this year we have a 43% increase of 790,000 passengers this year. That's a great improvement from the previous year. We also have a KFH update, who is our Regional Public Transportation Coordination Plan consultant, and the project has moved into public comment, public engagement, and data collection phase, and surveys that you've probably seen on our Facebook page as well as our Valley Metro page. They're both provided in English and Spanish, and our stakeholder outreach is also underway to help identify any regional transit needs and opportunities to improve service coordination. And then our RTAP also met this past month. We are looking to improve regional connectivity with our transit providers, and we are developing a regional transit guide that also encompasses all of our transit providers within the Rio Grande Valley. And then training, our planning and mobility team has remained active within the community. We did conduct some travel training sessions this past month, and we also went to some outreach events to educate residents on our available transportation services as well. And that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you
Quick
so
question.
much. Yes.
So it was an increase of 42%.
43%.
Do you think the education to the people is what provoked that, or what do you think was the?
It's a combination of things. We've seen also the gas prices as well has also been one of the biggest major impacts, but also the student community, such as UTRGV as well as STC students have also been a major impact to that.
Thank you. Next is the MPO, Rio Grande Valley MPO, Ms. Michael.
Ms. Claudia Salinas to present.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Michael Medina wasn't
I didn't
able
look
to-
up.
Oh, it's okay. Michael Medina was not able to be here today, so I'm happy to present this item to the President and Board of Directors. For the public viewing online, my name is Claudia Salinas, our GVMPO Project Manager. Today, I'm here to present a PowerPoint presentation. My line item reads, consideration and action to approve an interlocal agreement with the Texas A&M Transportation Institute, TTI, as the performing party, and the Lower Rio Grande Valley Development Council, LRGVDC, and the Rio Grande Valley Metropolitan Planning Organization, RGVMPO, as the receiving parties, in the amount of $328,327 to conduct the Regional Transit Authority feasibility study, also subtask 5.4, as identified in the fiscal year 2026-2027 Unified Planning Work Program. Javier, before we begin the presentation, would you be able to help me with the slides? Okay, great. So we're ready for slide 1. Okay, that's the interlocal agreement. There you go, right there. Okay. Okay. Thank you for the opportunity to present today. I will provide a brief overview of the Regional Transit Authority feasibility study included in the fiscal year 2026-2027 Unified Planning Work Program, an effort focused on improving regional mobility and supporting future transportation investments. Stay there. The Unified Planning Work Program is a federally required 2-year document that outlines the MPO's transportation planning activities and funding sources. It includes key areas such as administration, data, short and long range planning, and special studies like the one highlighted today. Next slide. The fiscal year 2026-2027 UPWP was adopted on July 21st, 2025, and federally approved on September 17th, 2025, ensuring compliance with federal requirements and eligibility for funding support. Next slide, please. Subtask 5.4 is the Regional Transit Authority feasibility study, which evaluates the potential to establish an RTA to improve mobility and coordination across the region. This effort aligns with House Bill 2423, which provides the framework for creating regional transit authorities in border areas, including governance and funding options. Next slide. The study will assess existing transit services, identify gaps, and evaluate access to essential destinations. It will also examine governance, funding, and planning tools consistent with HB 2423 authority provisions, while incorporating stakeholder and public input to guide recommendations. Last slide. In closing, this study is the first step in determining whether a regional transit authority is feasible and beneficial for our region. It does not commit the region to implementation, but supports informed decision-making moving forward. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Good afternoon. This is Judith Golonsky, City of Brownsville. I'm just wondering, are we supposed to approve it because it already got approved last month and according to you by the MPO board, policy board?
Thank you so very much for pointing that out. It was approved through our Transportation Policy Board that was held last week. We're here again to present to the Board of Directors. After it was approved with our board, we were instructed to present to the Board of Directors so that everybody's in the up and they understand what we're trying to do.
So is it more of a like just to oh my gosh, I forgot the terminology. When you acknowledge an acknowledgement.
An acknowledgement. We can say acknowledgement. Is that right?
Okay.
Yes,
Manny?
well, so us as the Lower Grand Valley Development Council, we are the fiscal agent of LRGVMPO. So therefore, any contracts, obviously we pay the bills, but any contracts that need to be initiated, have to be presented before this board so that, for visibility purposes, it's not necessarily to deny because the MPO, RGV MPO is obviously has the project. And so this is just for us to our visibility and to make sure that we are in compliance with all our regulations as far as the physical agent. Because if we receive an invoice, if we don't have it on record, then we're not going to be able to pay it as a physical agent because, it was a contract between, MPO or the contractor. Similar situation with our RGV 911 district. So we are their physical agent, and any contract that's engaged in has to be brought before, our main board for review and approval.
So would the proper procedure be just either to move to acknowledge, or is it just an information presentation? Because it doesn't sound like it's an action item.
Yes, to acknowledge and approve to proceed forward.
Okay, then I'll move to acknowledge.
Yes, to approve.
And move to approve.
I have a motion and a second. I do want to ask, I know that currently Willacy County is not part of the MPO. We started the process. We're looking at, maybe
Right, so the
bylaws
interlocal,
and.
right, thank you so very much,
Sure.
Judge, for asking that. So the MPO boundaries consist of Starr, Hidalgo, and Cameron counties. The study will look into those counties as per the interlocal agreement that is being brought to you today for approval. So after that, with the verbiage that's in the House Bill 2423 that I mentioned, it does talk about border counties and the counties that are, I guess, bordering Willacy, for instance, but those counties will not be included in this interlocal agreement.
Or the feasibility study, I guess.
Or the feasibility study
what
at
you're
this
saying.
time, no. But
Right.
the Regional Transit Authority, again, with that verbiage, you can talk to legal about that.
All right. All right, so I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. And all opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you so very much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Line item number 6, new and unfinished business. Do we have anything, Manny?
None.
If none,
Other than as you know, next month, there's no meeting in July, so our next meeting is August 26th. Same time, same location. Yes, please.
so having said that, can I entertain a motion to adjourn?
And don't forget, if you haven't received or grabbed your lunchbox, please, on your way out.
I have a motion and a second. I don't know if we do this or not, but I guess not. We are.
This conference has